This demo covers making a registration grid. This is the best way to get the most out of your paper with the least amount of waste. I'll cover a couple ways of doing this. The first is with paper. Begin by tracing your lino cut face up in the center, leaving enough room around the edges for the size paper you want to print on. Use a ruler to measure off the edge of your plate. If you want a 1/2 inch border, mark 1/2 inch from the edge of the plate. Do this from either side so the border is even. Connect your marks. Repeat this step for the sides as well. This larger box you're making will represent the edge of your paper. This arrow indicates the plate's orientation. Measure this larger box you just drew. This will be the size you should cut your paper to. I am marking the midway point on each side. This will correlate with a matching mark on the back of each sheet of paper and assist with lining up the paper on the plate. You could use this grid as is, but you risk getting ink on it. If you have some plexiglass, you can lay that over the top because it can be cleaned if ink gets on it. Otherwise, you may want to make a spare grid just in case. Another method is with mylar, a sort of plasticky film. Begin making the grid as shown in the previous example, but this time turn your block face down. Generally, borders are the same all the way around the plate and offer a nice space for the artist to sign and title their work. 1 to 2 inches is the standard. After measuring out the borders, mark the midway point. When you use this grid, you will flip it over. This way you can clean ink off of it without messing up the measurements. If you are only printing one layer and don't want to make a registration grid, another option is to use paper that you know is larger than what you need to accommodate the borders, and then trim it down after printing. This is easier to do, but there will be more paper wasted. If done carefully, both options yield the same results.